you remember when you used to object to the nickname Mogul?
I just ignore you now. I just completely.
Everybody else does too.
I'm just glad to be here with John.
We call this next 2 hours of ignoring Rob. That's just the audience is used to it by now. Sentenced to it, like purgatory. Let's also welcome in New York Times best-selling author, because they never bother to attract the worst-selling authors, John Gilstrap.
Good morning.
Good to have you here, sir. When's the next book due out?
May 27th. And we have a thing together on June 13th. We'll be at Four Seasons Books in Shepherdstown. It's called In Conversation With. We'll be selling a bunch of books, and everybody will have wine and stuff open to everybody. Please come on down and join us. 7 o'clock, June 13th.
So if you weren't offended enough by the 2 hours we spend together 2-3 times a week, you can spend another half an hour with us in Shepherdstown that night.
Absolutely. That's all the things you say about me on the Facebook thing, come and just say it to me right to my face.
John, you know you're special when Rob comes out after hours to help you. You should be.
I'm honored.
Honestly, those appearances are rationed out during the course of the year.
Unless it's football down in Frederick at Oakdale, you don't get Rob out after hours.
It is not usual for me to cross back over the mountain in the evening. That's
highly appreciated.
Absolutely. It's on a Friday night, which is one of the reasons I can do it, because I don't have to wake up at what time in the morning on Saturday?
3:20.
3:20. Don't have to do it on a Saturday. I slip past 3:20 on a Saturday. Let's welcome our guests in on the program. He is one of our favorite guests, one of the most respected guests on the program. He's a pastor. He's a friend of the community. He's a man around town. His name ends in a vowel, so he has an automatic pass onto the show whenever he asks for it. Tim Guerino, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for having us on the radio this morning. And I'm with a good friend of mine, Joseph Bowers, and I'll just share with you real quick. Lots going on at the mission right now, and we're going to be doing a new warehouse, and that's coming up. And we hired Alpha and Associates across the street from us. They're going to be heading all that up, and the warehouse and the thrift store produce about 0.25% of our income. So expanding that and building a new warehouse, an efficient warehouse with docks and everything, we could produce more. And all that money is sustainable to help keep our ministry up. We're working on some other things. We're working on a second location for a second thrift store. We're looking in the Inwood and Falling Water, Spring Mills area to do a second thrift store.
What do you need to make that happen?
A building or some land.
Someone to donate it, or
donate it, or a reasonable price. Yeah, so we're really looking at that. But I wanted to bring Joseph with me today and introduce you to him. He's been very, very significant and inspirational to me. He's been there for me to keep me focused on a lot of things. Recently, my daughter had a very severe accident. In fact, today I'm kind of off getting things ready to take up the Cincinnati tour. She's up there in a rehab. Joseph, back in October, she had a devastating accident. Her fiance was killed. She was severely injured. And through that whole period of time, Joseph kept me focused, snapped me out of some stuff, and kept me focused. He was inspirational in us getting a new box truck when we didn't have one, and we were out of a box truck for several months, and that hurt our income. And he went around and coordinated and did a bunch of stuff, got a bunch of stuff done for us, inspired me to get going, get focused. But also, he was very instrumental in our Give a Smile campaign foundation. He's the one that put things together for us, and I'll let him tell you about that. Several other things that he's done. He's behind the scenes. He'll give me calls from time to time. He always seems to call me at the right time when gaps need to be filled, and he kind of inspires me, connects me to people, gets things going. He's a blessing. He's a blessing to me, to my family, to the mission. So, Joseph, share with him a little bit about the Give a Smile program, how you helped us with that and got that going.
And good morning to you, Joseph. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning, Rob, and thank you for having us. And Tim, I'm not sure if I'm worthy of all those kind words, but I'll take every one now.
Absolutely.
Certainly. But yes, the Give a Smile campaign was just essential to me. Serving runs through my blood. And I think when you're in a community, it's our community. It's where our kids are safe. It's where we work, play, and when you hear stories like those who are that can least provide support and care for themselves, someone's got to jump in there, and when I heard the story of the young man that was at the rescue mission that had an infection, a tooth infection, that actually ended up being traumatic, and he passed away from it, I knew then someone's got to do something regardless to how little it may be. It mattered not to me whether I had to throw a dime in there or start a campaign or grab Pastor Guerino's ear and says, look, let's sit down and think about this. We don't want to see that repeated. And so that came with me rolling, having access to my Rolodex, which can sometimes be pretty extensive, and just purely asking, sharing the story. And the thing that I love about this community of Martinsburg is people is kind. They will listen. Right. It's all about the approach. They could care less if it's just 5 cents they're donated, but it all goes to a bigger cause. And so from sharing that access and sitting down with a few great friends within the community, we were able to come up with a strategic plan of how we're going to go about approaching a more permanent solution to helping others who were in that situation and needed to see a dentist. Guys, you've talked sports before, and I've heard you do a phenomenal job there. And we've heard about the pain, but when you have a tooth pain, as Pastor Guerino said, that's a pain that no one welcomes. And so, we figured.
And it can be deadly, as you pointed out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You don't get it addressed. Infection can spread through the body.
Yeah, so I was honored to support. And we came up with
tell us about your background first before we go to the next point, Joseph, if you could.
Of course. Thank you, Rob. I'll be very quick. I like to start by saying I'm a product of a single mother, 8 kids, very successful, every one of my siblings, thank God. And I went into the military after high school in the early 70s, stayed for a little bit too long, 28 years. And served with great honor, retired went into the Army Signal Corps and intelligence as well. Served for about 28 years and decided after it was time to retire to move forward and grab a few
don't gloss over the last
right.
Retired as a
that's right. Retired as a Army Command Sergeant Major, HUA, and so that was a really wonderful thing. There was not an E10 rank, so I couldn't get that, so I've gone as far as I could. But it was an honor to serve. I served 18 and a half years in Germany and had an awesome time of doing that. Actually stayed so long until English became my second language. Mm-hmm. Attended a lot of European colleges as well to understand the culture and the language and master that. And think I did a phenomenal job of that, at least my wife tells me that. Mm-hmm. And of course, my post-military career into certain roles as senior vice presidents of some of the Fortune 100 companies, Booz Allen Hamilton and a few of the others. It was just a great ride, and I eventually went back into the federal government as a cyber guy and defensive cyber guy. And if you ever hear you guys speaking football, there's offense and defense. Well, cyber is the same. Offensive cyberspace operation and defensive cyberspace operations. I led a lot of defensive cyberspace operations within the European theater, supporting them. Providing support to them. And it was an honor to do that up until April 9th last year. I finally retired after 51 years in the workforce. And I'm back in the community trying to touch things and see exactly how can I support this community.
Well, congratulations on a great life lived and a wonderful career and the work that you did.
Yeah.
And the service that you gave us. Thank you so much.
Greatly appreciate that, Rob.
And he connected us with the Give a Smile program. He connected us with Dr. Lisa and Buzz Poland and others. And we got the foundation started through the Eastern Community Foundation. here, and that's pretty exciting. And then also we have the boxes all over the place. Jenny Beidler from Tomahawk Presbyterian Church, she puts the boxes all over the place to put in. And since we started the campaign, it was July, and I can't remember the year. It's only 2 years old, I think. We have helped 18 different people get their teeth done correctly. This Friday, we got 6 guys going up to Romney. In fact, Dr. Lisa gave us the name of a dentist up there in Romney that does everything. It's a one-stop shop. So we drive up to Romney. They extract, they take the pictures, they do the molding, and then they got to heal, and then they go back and get their teeth. And we've helped ladies. In fact, 4 of our ladies from the Hope House will be going up next month. So it's going to be we're going to be like 27, 26 people getting their teeth done through all this. And it's essential because, and many of you know this, dentists are expensive. They take cash, and it's very expensive. So having this foundation, having this thing is done, it's so important for the people that come to us with their teeth situations. And it's very important because many of them come to us with abscesses, as he was saying. It's really dangerous. But Joseph has been an inspiration. He's helped out with the box truck. He's helped out with the Give a Smile program. There's so many other things he has come to me on, and he'll sit down and we talk. How we met was Chief Maury.
Yes.
Maury Richards.
Maury Richards.
Yes, way back.
Yeah.
When I first came here, Chief Maury would have like a community gathering of certain leaders.
That's correct.
And Chief asked me to come to the meeting one time and have prayer and stuff, and that's where I first met you. And and we've had and that's like 6 years ago, and we've had a relationship ever since.
An awesome relationship ever since.
He go ahead.
No, I just wanted the Give a Smile program. Let's talk about it from the other side. For somebody like an abscess, people don't know they have an abscess. They know they have a toothache. Mm-hmm. So how do people get involved? We know what the dentist will do. We know that the foundation will help. How about for the person that has a bad tooth? How do they enter into this program?
It's those that live at the mission or reside at the mission. Mm-hmm. They come in, and we have Colette. She's a nurse from the Shenandoah Community Health Center. They meet there, and they check. Then they check with the nurses, and if the nurses, they're not dentists, but they could tell if it's bad, and then their face is swollen. Mm-hmm. So she immediately gets them connected to the dentist in Romney. We get them up there right away, and they check everything. And 9 times out of 10, because of the situation, the neglect of their teeth and everything, because they're homeless, it's an abscess.
So this fellow who died that started all of this, mm-hmm. Did he keep this a secret, or was he denied medical coverage? What was the?
He came to us, and we were, and he came to us, and he was stayed with us, and his drug of choice was heroin, and he came to us, got clean and sober, and it was during COVID. He had all this situation. We had him plugged in to go, but he went back home to help his mom, and he died at home. From home he went to the hospital, and in the hospital he died. When he left us, we said to him, hey, I'm not going to say his name. Hey, John, I'm just going to say, hey, John, you got all this stuff, man. You got to come back. We got to get this taken care of. And, oh, yeah, I'll be back. And never happened. Yeah. In fact, we got a guy on Friday that he was with us at the mission, done really well. He's driving truck now, making good money. And he had his teeth pulled about 3 months ago. He's coming back Friday to go back up to Romney to get his teeth fitted. So if they come in the program and it starts, we want to finish it. So most of them, only one didn't finish it, the one that died, and that's what happens.
So Tim, you're also following up with, like you just said, the gentleman, he has a job, he's making good money mm-hmm. with a truck. Is he still living at the mission, or are you just following up? Is he transitioned?
He's transitioned out.
You're still
right, but
helping him out anyway.
Right. But when they get their teeth pulled and all that stuff, they put you on antibiotics, and your teeth have to, everything has to go away for 3 to 4 months before they can refit you.
Right.
So in those 3 or 4 months, he transitioned out and got a job now. When he comes back, we've already made that commitment. He's got a house deal.
Well, that's fantastic.
So we follow up with that.
So, and you mentioned earlier that you do have women at the shelter now?
Up at the well, we have the transitional family shelter,
Okay.
604, which again Joseph helped me out with that one. The Haven House, that's the 604 family.
Okay.
Right, and we help there, and then we have the Berkeley Springs Women's Shelter, which we have 9 beds up there.
I didn't realize you had all
Yeah.
those.
Oh yeah, that's been going on since November 1st of 2023.
Okay.
We house about every night about 115 to 116 men, women, and children. We're the only rescue mission in the tri-state area that can actually say that we house men, women, and children. So,
And how many women and children are you housing?
in the
average?
apartments, there we have one husband and wife, and they have 3 kids. And then the other apartments, we have mom with 5, mom with 3, mom with 2, mom with 3, mom with 1. So I didn't add all that.
Right.
And then up in Berkeley Springs, it's 9 beds for women, and all 9 are filled.
And on average, how long do those folks actually stay with the mission?
The families can stay up to 18 months. Some of them stay a little longer. We have some families that have stayed a little longer, but they'll be transitioning out this summer. We've helped them get certificates in the beauty salon stuff. They got
cosmetology.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We paid for that through the Doug Winmeyer Scholarship Foundation. So, and again, a lot of this stuff, Joseph has helped me get going and do all that stuff. But that's. And the ladies up in Berkeley Springs, we're helping them get jobs up there. We're working on helping them get some jobs at Gat Creek with
Cat Caperton?
Yeah. Because Susan Caperton is the CEO of the Community Foundation. In fact, the Give a Smile camp program was the first foundation she took in as the CEO when Mike retired. Yeah, that whole thing was the first one for her. So, as CEO, not that she's done that's the first one ever, but as CEO, we were the first ones.
And Joseph is the glue.
Yeah.
And we understand now the significant Rolodex that you have, by the way, from your background.
And it helps to have the strategic business plan background and experience and just the people skills, just dealing with people, asking the right questions, being at the right places at the right time, and most of all, having the heart to be able to want to help someone. And I have to toot Buzz and Lisa Poland's horn loudly, because they have just, not only are they wonderful neighbors, we live next door to each other, but they are absolutely just phenomenal people. They've always been all Martinsburg centric. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. And that's what makes this community as great as it is. People helping people.
John, you're about to ask a question there.
And I was just going back to being in the shelter for 18 months. What happens at 18 months in a day?
Well, it usually before it gets to be 18 months, we're working out an exit plan. When they enter, we also, within the first 3 months as they're there, we also put together an exit plan. Where do you want to be here from 18 months from now? So we work that plan. And if they need more than 18 months and they're doing everything what they're supposed to be doing, they're not just sitting around doing nothing, then we extend that, like we have with 2 of the families right now that we extended, and actually they'll be there almost 2 years, and then they'll be moving out soon to a better situation, their own place, jobs, all that kind of stuff.
So the exit plan involves a job and an apartment and okay.
Yeah, all that, because that's vital. Now, if they're not following the rules and everything and doing drugs, drinking, that kind of stuff, they don't make it 18 months. Because we're not there to enable people to stay where they're at. Our job is to empower, equip, and send them out to do and conquer and be successful. And Joseph seen that. He knows how we work and all the people we work with a lot of veterans too. Also,
that's going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of veterans that are in the
70% of our men are veterans.
And are you an inspiration for them?
Certainly, I would hope. I was appointed as the first director for the Community Veterans Engagement Board. I have actually helped create that from inception, and it's a group of veterans that actually put on the parades during Armed Forces Day and things of that nature. I was the very first one that the Secretary of Veterans Affairs in D.C. for the nation asked me to head up and lead. So our program was originally like a pilot program. And just to make clear, the community veterans, it's called the 4-State Community Veterans Engagement Board, so let's shout out for them. But it is where we engage with the community as a veteran to see exactly how we can also support the community, not only how the community can support veterans, because we realize that we come from various backgrounds with a lot of skills and volunteerism, and we want to give back to our community.
Tim, before you go on and read this post from Jeff Haddix, if you have a church group or other group you are a part of, the mission or you're a part of, the mission has a volunteer opportunity to take over a meal. This is where your group provides a lunch or dinner or helps serve a prepared meal or just brings in pizza. It is a great opportunity. I have a minute or so left. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, take a meal, and thanks, Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff's a volunteer. He sits at our front desk, does a great job. Jeff gives us a lot of wisdom on a lot of things, too. Groups, individuals, I know Joseph and his wife, Ursula, have come in and served in our kitchen and stuff. Groups, individuals can come in and take over a meal for the day, and they could do breakfast, lunch, or dinner, pick a meal, and they come in. They either bring the stuff in and prepare it there, or they bring the stuff already and prepared, or they go to Martin's and buy a ton of chicken and bring it in and serve that up. We have a lot of groups that do that, and we're very in need for that to happen, especially over the summertime, because everybody thinks the holidays, feed the homeless during the holidays. Well, summer, and they still need to be fed. And we feed a lot of people in the community. We don't just feed the people that live there. We feed the community, and Joseph will tell you that. And last year we served over 114,000 meals throughout the community. So we're very blessed. We're very thankful. Thank God, as Joseph said about the question with the VA, he connected me with a lot when I first came here with the VA, helped us get a better relationship with the VA. Again, he does a lot of connecting and bringing things together for us. Very appreciative. But yeah, thanks, Jeff, for that shout out. And you guys, thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to shout out and thank stuff. And like he's done so much recently, and like with the new warehouse and everything else, he connected us also when we were without a truck. You got a hold of Peter from CCAP and Steve Roach and another gentleman that did a drive for us. They picked up a bunch of stuff for us from P&G and brought it to us. They had to go down to Millfield or something like that, Middlefield.
Yeah, Doug Montgomery.
Doug Montgomery did the driving. And again, he coordinated all that while I was in North Carolina back and forth taking care of my daughter from the hospital. He was a lifesaver in that situation. It's just a blessing. But thank you guys. MartinsburgUnionRescueMission.com if you want to donate today. Thanks, Rob.
You know how to do this.
I heard the music. I heard the music.
Well done, Mr. Guerino. Joseph, nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir. We take our top of the hour break. Senator Jason Barrett joins us next. Senator Ben Queen, too.